Imagine waking up one day and realizing that your money is working harder than you are. No boss, no office, just steady income landing in your account every single month. That's the power of owning commercial rental property. But here's the twist. Most people think commercial real estate is only for millionaires. That's not true. Even beginners with the right strategy can start building serious wealth. And in this video, we're breaking down exactly how. So stay with me, because by the end, you'll know how regular people turn office buildings, warehouses, and small shopping centers into money-making machines. Number 1. What is commercial rental property? Before you make money with it, let's make sure you understand what it actually is. Commercial rental property refers to real estate used for business purposes, not for living. Think of office buildings, retail stores, warehouses, or even apartment buildings with more than 5 units. Unlike residential rentals where you deal with families and roommates, in commercial real estate, your tenants are business owners. That's a big deal because businesses usually sign longer leases, often 5 to 10 years, and take better care of the property since it represents their brand. For example, imagine you own a small strip mall with a pizza shop, a dentist, and a gym. Each one pays you monthly rent, and their rent helps you pay off the mortgage while still giving you profit every month. So commercial rental property is basically an asset that earns income through leasing space to businesses. Number 2. Why it's a powerful way to build wealth. Commercial properties can generate much more income than regular rental homes. That's because businesses often pay higher rent per square foot than residential tenants. Let's take a simple example. Suppose you buy a small warehouse for $500,000. After expenses and loan payments, you could easily earn $3,000 or more each month in profit. Compare that to a single-family home that might bring you $300 or $400. Plus, the value of commercial property isn't based on what the house next door sold for. It's based on how much income the property produces. That means if you increase the rent or add new tenants, the property's value goes up automatically. You're literally building wealth by improving cash flow. Number 3. How to find the right property. This is where most beginners get stuck. The key is to start small and focus on the right type of property. You don't need to buy a massive shopping mall. Instead, look for smaller commercial properties that are easier to manage, like a 2-tenant building, a small office, or a mixed-use property where the first floor is a shop and the top floor is an apartment. The best deals are usually found through commercial real estate agents, local auctions, or even online platforms like LoopNet. Here's a quick tip. Focus on properties in growing neighborhoods where businesses are moving in, not out. For example, if a new highway or shopping center is being built nearby, that area might be a gold mine in a few years. Location is everything. Number 4. How to make money from rent. Your main income source will be rent, but not all rents are the same. Commercial leases come in different types. A gross lease means you handle all property expenses like taxes and maintenance, while the tenant just pays rent. A net lease means the tenant pays rent plus some or all expenses. This is where you make more profit because your costs are lower. The most popular one for landlords is the triple net lease. In this setup, the tenant pays for rent, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. You just collect the rent and relax. For example, if you lease your building to a coffee shop on a triple net lease, they pay the rent plus everything else. You don't even have to worry about the roof leaking. They'll fix it. That's how commercial landlords build truly passive income streams. Number 5. The power of appreciation and equity growth. Here's where it gets exciting. Commercial properties often appreciate over time, meaning they become more valuable. But unlike houses that depend on the housing market, commercial properties rise in value when income goes up. So if your property earns $60,000 per year in rent and you increase it to $70,000, you've just raised the property's market value, even if nothing else changes. Plus, every mortgage payment builds equity. That's your ownership stake in the property. Think of it this way. Your tenants are paying down your loan every month. While they run their business, you build wealth quietly in the background. That's why many investors call commercial real estate forced appreciation. You can literally create your own profit by managing smarter. Number 6. How to finance a commercial property. This is the question that scares most beginners. How do I afford one? Don't worry. You don't need to be rich to start. There are several ways to finance a commercial rental property. The most common is a commercial mortgage, where you put down around 20 to 30% of the purchase price, and the bank finances the rest. If that sounds too big, consider partnerships. 2 or 3 investors can team up, pool money, and buy a property together. You can also explore Small Business Administration (SBA) loans, especially the SBA 504 loan, which lets you buy property for your own business with a lower down payment. For example, if you run a bakery and want to own your shop instead of renting, you can buy the building through an SBA loan and rent out the extra space to another business. That way, your tenant helps pay your mortgage. Smart move, right? Number 7. The secret of adding value. Want to make your property worth more? You don't have to wait years. You can force appreciation by improving the property. Add better lighting, new signs, or parking upgrades. Renovations that attract high-quality tenants will allow you to charge more rent. For example, one investor bought an old warehouse, added a loading dock, and turned it into small business suites. Within a year, the rent tripled, and so did the property's value. Simple upgrades can lead to massive profits. Number 8. How to manage tenants and keep cash flow strong. Managing a commercial property is different from managing a house. The tenants are businesses, so your relationship with them is more professional. You'll need clear leases that outline responsibilities for maintenance, repairs, and rent increases. Here's a pro tip. Hire a property manager if you have multiple tenants. They'll handle rent collection, maintenance, and lease renewals so you can focus on finding your next deal. A happy tenant means stable cash flow. Businesses prefer long-term stability, and if you take care of them, they'll stay for years. For example, imagine leasing to a medical clinic. They spend thousands setting up their space, so they'll likely renew their lease multiple times. That's long-term income with minimal turnover. Number 9. Tax advantages you can't ignore. Here's something most beginners don't realize. Commercial real estate comes with serious tax benefits. You can deduct mortgage interest, maintenance, insurance, property taxes, and even depreciation, a paper loss that lowers your taxable income. Depreciation means the government allows you to claim a portion of your property's cost each year as an expense, even if you're actually making money. Let's say your property brings in $50,000 in rent, but after deductions, your taxable income is only $20,000. That's $30,000 of income you didn't pay tax on. And if you ever decide to sell, you can use a 1031 exchange to reinvest your profits into another property and defer taxes. That's how investors keep building bigger portfolios without losing money to taxes. Number 10. Common mistakes beginners make. Now let's talk about what to avoid. Mistake number 1. Overpaying. Don't let emotions take over. Base your offer on actual rental income, not dreams. Mistake number 2. Ignoring vacancy rates. A property that looks perfect but sits empty for months can drain your wallet fast. Mistake number 3. Skipping inspections. Always check the roof, plumbing, and electrical systems. A small issue can turn into a financial disaster. And mistake number 4. Not understanding zoning laws. Make sure the property can legally be used for the business you plan to rent to. Each of these mistakes has cost investors thousands. Don't let it be you. Number 11. How to start small and grow big. You don't need to buy a skyscraper to get started. Begin with a small building, learn the ropes, and expand as your confidence grows. Maybe you start with a 2-unit retail space, then a small office building, then a warehouse. The beauty of commercial real estate is scalability. Once you understand how the numbers work, you can repeat the process again and again. Each property adds another income stream, another layer of security, and another step toward financial freedom. Number 12. How to evaluate market demand. Before buying any commercial property, you must know if there's demand for that space. If you buy a retail building in an area where stores are closing, you might struggle to find tenants. Start by researching local trends. Are businesses expanding or shrinking? Are new companies opening in the area? Check nearby vacancy rates. If most buildings are full, that's a great sign. For example, if a new industrial park is under construction, nearby warehouses will soon become very valuable. Always follow the demand before you follow the deal. Number 13. Understanding cap rate and cash flow. Two key numbers decide if a property is a winner or a waste: the capitalization rate and the cash flow. The cap rate shows how much return you get compared to the property's value. For example, if a property earns $60,000 a year and costs $1 million, the cap rate equals to 6%. Higher cap rates often mean more profit, but also more risk. Cash flow is the money left after all expenses, mortgage, taxes, and repairs. If the property earns positive cash flow every month, you're building wealth safely. Never buy just for appreciation, buy for consistent income. Number 14. The role of location and accessibility. A great property in a bad location can turn into a financial headache. Look for buildings near main roads, public transportation, and areas with strong foot traffic. Accessibility attracts tenants because it helps their customers reach them easily. For example, a coffee shop near a busy intersection will always rent faster than one hidden behind a warehouse. And don't forget parking. Businesses love properties that make customer access simple. A convenient location often means steady occupancy and fewer vacancies. Number 15. How to use a REIT to get started with less money. If owning a full property sounds too big right now, you can still invest in commercial real estate through a REIT, a real estate investment trust. A REIT is like a company that owns and manages commercial properties, and you can buy its shares like regular stocks. That means you can earn passive income from office buildings or shopping centers without managing tenants yourself. For example, investing $500 in a REIT gives you exposure to millions of dollars worth of property. It's an easy and low-cost way to get started before owning your first building. Number 16. The power of long-term leases. Commercial leases usually last longer than residential ones, often 5 to 10 years. That stability gives you predictable income and peace of mind. When a tenant signs a long lease, you lock in steady cash flow for years without worrying about monthly turnover. For example, a law firm renting your office building for 7 years means reliable payments and less hassle. The longer the lease, the more valuable your property becomes to future buyers or lenders. Number 17. Using inflation to your advantage. Most people hate inflation, but not real estate investors. When prices rise, your rental income usually increases too. At the same time, if you have a fixed-rate mortgage, your loan payments stay the same while rent goes up. That means your profit margin grows automatically over time. For instance, if you charge $2,000 per month today and increase it by 3% yearly, in 5 years you're collecting around $2,300 monthly. Inflation quietly makes your asset more valuable. Number 18. The importance of professional help. Commercial real estate can get complicated, so don't go it alone. Hire professionals who know the game. A good commercial broker helps you find profitable properties. An experienced lawyer ensures your contracts protect you. And a solid accountant can show you how to maximize your tax deductions. Think of them as your investment team. Even a single mistake on a lease agreement or zoning rule can cost you thousands, so expert guidance pays for itself. Number 19. How to diversify your commercial portfolio. Once you own one property, don't stop there. Diversifying protects your income and reduces risk. You can own different property types: retail, industrial, office, and mixed use, so you're not relying on one sector. For example, if office demand falls but warehouse demand rises, your total income stays steady. You can also invest in properties across different cities or states for extra security. Diversity in real estate means long-term stability. Number 20. Exit strategies you should know. Smart investors always plan their exit before they buy. Ask yourself, how will I make money when I sell or refinance? You can sell for profit once the property's value rises, or refinance it to pull out equity while keeping ownership. For example, if your building's value increases from $500,000 to $800,000, you can refinance and access that $300,000 for your next investment. An exit plan gives you flexibility and protects you from surprises. Every millionaire investor started with one thing: a decision to take action. Commercial rental property isn't just about owning buildings. It's about creating a system that works for you, day and night, while you sleep, travel, or spend time with family. So, what kind of commercial property would you invest in first? A retail store, an office, or maybe a warehouse? Let me know in the comments below.